Welcome to the testing world. In this session, we are going to start loops. So for this session, we are going to cover for loop. So that's the agenda of the session. Now I am moving to my Eclipse. Here on the Eclipse, I have a project and a package. I'm going to create a new class and giving the name of the class is A. So my class is created. Now I want to print a table. Table means like I want to print a table of number 5, number 10. So I'm just creating a method for that. So public void print table. I'm going to show you loop while taking one example. So before printing the table, I'll show you the syntax of the for loop. So in for loop, we need to define three items like for, and here we have bracket from where the loop is going to be started. So I'm saying like loop will start it from 1. Till what point you want to run this loop? So I want to run this loop when the value is less than equal to 100. And every time, what will be the increment? Increment means I value is 1. Second time when you execute this loop, I value becomes 2. So if you want to increment by 1, we are going to write I plus plus. That's the body of my loop. But it is giving error on the I. As we know, whenever we use any variable in Java, we need to declare it. So you can come before to the loop and you can define that I is integer type. So we have written loop, that is a for loop, which is starting from 1 and moving till 100, and every time I value is increased by 1. Also you have declared like this I is integer type. As of now, I'm not printing the table, I'm just showing what is the syntax of it. Also, as you declared int I here, if you want, you can declare int I here as well. So we need to declare the variable which we are going to use whenever we are going to use it first time. So first time we are using this I over here, so we can write int I rather than declaring before the loop. If you want to print the value of I, I'm just writing system.out.println, and here I am displaying the value of I. Now let's see what happened when we call this method. One more class which is jet, and here I'm creating a main method. From the main, I'm creating the object of this A class because my print table method exists in the A class. So A obj is equal to new A. And to call the method obj dot print table. As of now, we are just calling that method. It is not going to print any table. We are just calling it. Here you see it display number from 1 to 100 because we run the loop 100 times. So it was displaying the value from 1 to 100. So we have seen the syntax of for loop. I want to show you a reverse of it. Reverse of it means like here this time I want to start a loop from 100. So j is equal to 100. So this time I declared j over here, and j is greater than equal to 0. So I'm saying like start a loop from 100, work till the j value is greater than equal to 0, and j minus minus means decrease the value of j by 1. So first time this loop will run, value will be 100. Next time it will decrease the value by 1, and next time value of the j will be 99. So if you want to show you, I'm just system.out.println j, and here I'm calling it. So I will show you result of the first loop. So that is the result of the first loop, which is moving from 1 to 100. That is, and from here, the result of the second loop is started, which is starting from 100 and going till 0. It is going till 0 because we have mentioned greater than equal to 0. If you just mention greater than 0, it's going to run till 1. So here we have seen how we can display the value of loops. Now I'm moving to the print table. I'm going to generate a table of any number. So here I'm removing extra spaces and extra lines as well. Here I'm declaring a variable, give me number. So user will pass a number that will store in this variable, which is give me number. You can take any name over here. I can take like input number. So my variable name is input number. Whatever the value will be passed by user will be stored in this. I want to print a table and we know we are going to run a loop 10 times. So here rather than going for 100, I'm running a loop from I is equal to 1 to 10. Now to print, I'm just using like I into this. So whenever I'm going to run it, whatever the number will be coming, I'm taking example like if I'm getting 5. So it will run the loop from 1 to 10. First time 1 will be multiplied by 5 and answer is 5. Second time I value will be 2. 2 multiplied by 5 and the value will be 10. So by this way every time I value is increasing, which is multiplied by this, and we are going to get answer of it. So I'm going there and now I'm going to call the method. So print table, what is the input number you want to pass? So I want to pass like 10. I'm just running it and here we see it's generate a table. I try to pass some other numbers, so this time I'm passing 54 and you can see we are getting this 54. If you want to display it more meaningful, like I want to display 5 into 1 is equal to 5, I want to display in this format. So what we can do? So first of all, if I take example like 5 into 1 is equal to 5. So I want to display in this format. So first of all, you want to display that is input number, whatever the number which is passed by the user. So what I'm doing, first display input number. Then I want to display star. So whenever you want to concatenate two items, like here I want to concatenate number and string. The star will be string like this. After that, I want to display 1, 2, 3, 4 means value of I. So I'm saying after that, display I. Then I want to display this equal to. So again concatenate. So whatever the value you are concatenating, just use plus in between. So I'm using plus and then I'm using equal to. And at the end you want your result. So result is given by this, again concatenate. So everything that is concatenated, we are going to use plus operator for that. Everything is set. I'm going to generate a table. So this time you will see we are getting proper result. Also, I want to show you a reverse table. Reverse table means reverse, we are going to start from the 10 and we will move till 1. Public void reverse table. And I'm using number like input number. For int I is equal to 10, I is greater than equal to 1, I minus minus. So one thing you can understand, this I is declared in the method level. So scope of this I is till this method. So if I want to use in the other method, we have to declare it again. And now I'm running in the same way, like I just copy this and paste it over here. Everything is done because first time I value will be 10. So input number into 10, like input number is 5, then 5 into 10, 50. Second time I is 9, so 9 into 5, 45. So I'm just calling that method obj reverse table and passing the number 10. Running it, so here we can see that is my second loop. If you want to see the result of the second loop only, I'm just commenting it out and running it again. So here you can see 10 into 10, 100, then 10 into 9, 90, 80, 70, 60. So we are getting a reverse table. So we have seen how we can print a table, how we can print reverse of it by using for loop. We are going to learn few more loops, but whenever we get any problem, how to decide like which loop we need to be used. I'm going to tell you two practical approaches by which we can easily understand, do I need to use for loop or not? If you are confirmed number of times you want to run this loop, go for loop. Like here, I know I want to run the loop from 1 to 10. So I know I need to run the loop for 10 times. In that kind of scenario, when you are confirmed how many times your loop is going to be executed, go for the for loop. Second is if increment is always constant. So here you can see my increment is always constant, like I plus plus every time it is increasing one value or every time it is decreasing one value. So if increment or decrement is constant, go for this loop. So means if you find out your increment or decrement is constant, you are going to use for loop. You just need to remember these two things, and while teaching while loop, I'll show you how we can decide we are going to use for loop or while loop again. So that's all we have for this for loop session. Thanks for watching this video.